wanna know who the best is?
It's Blazing 98.5. What? Your new station, bringing all the real classic hip-hop and R&B.
Yeah. And that's a known fact.
We gon' rock it till the wheels fall off. Hold up.
We're live from the studios in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Like every day.
It's now time to get this party started.
Come on now.
Check it out, party people. It's the Guard Body Gold.
Sunny cheek back.
It's Champ Low. Right here, locked down on the Manny and Dr. Church show.
Come on now.
Where we talking to?
The Manny and Dr. Church.
No.
Yo. This Lil Y.
Sunny Super Geechee Suede, hailing all the way from Black Hollywood. We got it locked right here on Blazing 98.5 FM. Keep it locked.
The Get Down Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and then the red rubber ball, it just disappeared. Just completely, like, the whole thing just disappeared.
Without the gloves.
Yeah.
Without
The whole red rubber ball just
That ain't
disappeared.
right. That ain't right.
Mike's wrong.
Whoa.
Welcome to the Manny and Dr. Church show, featuring the darkness.
She around.
On
She's
her
picking
way.
you up some gummy bears.
I love her.
Yeah.
I love her. That's my darkness.
I know.
It's my darkness doing it right.
Taking time out of her day to make sure that the people she works with.
Taken care of.
Exactly.
She's a giver.
It's nice.
I love that lady. She's amazing. She's amazing. Shout out to my darkness. How you doing today, Manny?
You know,
guys
I can't complain.
You guys went to go see some fightings.
Yeah, Primal Fight League, man. They treated us, got us some tickets, and went out to the Olympic Training Center. First time there has been an MMA fight there, from my understanding.
See, I said that to my lady last night. That's where you were going. She's like,
Right.
really?
The Olympic Training Center for a fight. It was like I
yeah.
said. It was first time. It was. I'd say they've got a little bit to learn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they're still learning how to set up their. The fights alone is what made it. Like, don't worry about the venue. Don't worry about the snacks. The people that
Pay
showed
no
up to
attention
fight.
to the left or
Yeah,
right.
the
Just
people
look at
that
the ring.
actually showed up to fight, they showed up to fight.
And they did their
You know
thing
what I mean?
proper.
The first fight was a ground and pound. I mean, they threw knuckles. It was great.
It got painful.
Yeah, the dude's face was
They got
bleeding.
punched in the face.
He was a bit bloody. And the darkness is here.
Hey.
What's up? What's up?
What'd you think of that fight, that first round, that first fight? They fought, huh?
Oh well, one of them did.
What? No, okay, so let me
The
take
guy
it back.
walked in, and you called it.
Yeah, you're right.
I was just like, "Who do you think is gonna win?" And he looked and he goes, "This guy is gonna wake up." And when you said that, I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And he stepped in the ring, and it was like lights out for just a second. Then he was like, "Whoa, okay, all right,
Oh.
we fighting."
This kid was ready to brawl. Whether or not he had the skill, okay? Like, he did. He stepped in the ring. He was ready to go.
So he fought like me, is what you're saying? Like, got in there, just like, just start swinging, just wildly, just no control of any kind.
I'd
I
say
was like,
he
he trains with his uncle.
it could have been. Who knows? But the kid knew he could take a punch. Okay, I'm gonna put
Oh
it that
my
way. He knew he
gosh.
could take a hit. And this, what do they call him? Action Jackson.
Yeah.
He came in with probably level 3 stats up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a little bit ready.
He was powered up.
Right, but
better
here's the deal:
powered up.
conditioning wise, they were both tired, and that's where I get lost in fights. I'm like, okay, these dudes are hitting pillows at each other, because they could barely swing their fists.
Get
You
to
know what I
that
mean?
point,
And so you're wanting the knockout. You know that they're both qualified to actually do it. The only thing is, though, is that was 2 minutes ago. Now they can't do it. You know?
Now we're at minute
No ma-
8.
even if their hands are down by their waist, like even if they can
They
swing
can't do
out,
it.
they can't do it.
Yeah.
If they could have thrown shoes at each other, I think they would have done that.
But it ended up the dude finally got tired. Well, actually, no, it was called by the ref.
Yeah.
The ref called it. It wasn't even by the fighter. Yeah.
I was
Because
like, this
he
guy's like the Terminator. He would not die. I was
he
like,
wouldn't.
just stop it.
Just give up.
Me and Manny were right across from his mom.
Oh, no.
And Manny was like, hit him in the face. I was like, that's his mom right there,
That's
bro.
his mother,
I'm
Manny.
doing great.
She was all like shaking, like, God, please, please.
People left.
You know,
Vicinity.
that's got to be tough. Did you see any of that to where the other day we saw somebody we knew that was in a fight, and we were watching his home video, and I hear his daughter in the background with his wife holding the camera, and I'm like, did you see any? Like, that must be tough for relatives to watch people of theirs that they love get punched in the face and know that everyone planned to do this on purpose. Like, this was planned. No, Junior wanted to go in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes it's their culture, it's their world, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't like getting hit in the
No.
face. Nobody really likes getting hit in the face, but here's the deal: some people can handle it better than others.
You know what? I had the perfect fight in my head for charity.
Yes, and I think we're gonna try and pull this off.
It was you and
Cletus.
Cletus.
Like me? Like
Yeah.
church?
Yeah,
Church
church
and
versus
Cletus.
Cletus.
No.
In the
For
ring.
charity.
Now, and Cletus will win, and I will cry. That's not fun. That's not fun or funny for nobody. Like I said, or Cletus is gonna leave with a lot of bite marks,
Colorado
and
Springs is like, who's Cletus?
like weird patches of hair missing is what's gonna I'm gonna be pulling hair. They're gonna be like, but you have gloves. No, the gloves are gonna come off. I'm
And
going.
I'm
I'm
just gonna
pulling
rip
hair
patches of
and
hair
I'm
out.
biting. I don't
Man.
fight like a normal dude if I had to fight. That's why I say I litigate. I don't regulate. I don't do that. That's where I flex my.
But that's the reason it'd be
No,
funny.
no.
Yeah, I agree. It
No,
would definitely
I'm-
be charity worthy.
I try
We
to.
already almost have $10,000 for you to just get
No.
punched in the face once.
No.
By a ring girl.
No,
just
no.
saying.
I
See?
pulled a Hove thing. Hove's line is, I carry a sum on me enough to hire a gun army. So he
Word.
doesn't have to carry weapons. He just has
Well,
his
you got your big
pockets.
guns.
You got
Pew,
your-
pew.
No. Nope. No. I know a lot of scary people like Manny who knows I handle business. Like recently, it's kind of funny because I recently had to explain where somebody was like, oh, what are you going to have for security? Let's say down by the Speakeasy Vape Lounge.
Right.
And they were asked, they were going to have an event there and so on. I was like, oh, I don't think you understand who works and runs this establishment.
Right.
These are all former military
combat vets.
dudes that like this is the wrong place to make that mistake. And I've heard that story before
Right.
to where I told them the story, which we won't go down all the way, which we should.
Safety is number one when it comes to that club, and that means you should feel safe when you're in
Yeah.
that establishment.
Yeah.
And
I've heard more than one time where you guys have, if anything ever needed to be handled, it's handled. There's no questions. It's former military guys handling it. It's not a problem. So yeah. Anyway, I'm with the danger is how I've liked to describe my life. I'm like, I'm not the danger, but I'm with them.
You'll walk with
They're
them.
all around
Okay.
me.
All right,
That's my
all right.
peoples right there. They'll kick you.
So the alligator,
kick you
so
hard.
the alligator that's swimming across the pond, you're the little bird on top of
On
the
his head, I'm chilling, bro.
Just chilling.
Just
Okay.
hanging out right there, just like, just
All right.
gangsters all around. And I'm like, no, I'm over here. I'll help you out with lawyer fees if it comes down to it, though. You know what I mean? I got
He
your
was
back,
like,
bro.
I will litigate you to death.
Got your back. And that's.
But I just wanted to real quick give out a shout out to Toby Maestas. And he was
it
in
Maestas
here.
or Mastis?
I think it's
Mastis.
Maestas.
We'll have to get him in the studio.
Okay.
M-A-E.
Yeah, it's Toby. That's our boy Toby, man.
Toby.
Yeah.
Toby did his job
With
again.
Cess MMA
Yeah.
Yeah.
or Sice.
Sice. Sice
always-
MMA, I think.
See,
Because I would have remembered Cess because
been blown up too
you
many
know,
times.
Cess. But all right, but from Sice MMA did his job.
He did.
He stood up. He looked tired for a second.
It's
but
that
he
cardio,
went.
man. Cardio in Colorado is a thing.
It is like watching your kid now because
He's graduating.
like the first fight we were like, how
How's
are
he
you
gonna do it? How you gonna
he
do
gonna
my
do
Yeah.
baby? How's my
Okay,
little
so
one?
I found out Mr. Robinson, he lost by decision,
Oh,
but I
really?
heard he had one of the hardest fights of the night
Really?
because he's a banger.
Yeah. He throws fists.
He lost by decision.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
Toby
they
hit me
didn't-
up directly after that fight.
Okay, right on.
You
Yeah,
know,
we sent
so
him a text
thanks for
message.
letting me know. Thanks for letting me know.
I was trying to get the darkness to send him a text message while he was on top of this guy.
He said, "We see you."
I was like, just send him a message, man. Let him know. Like, let him know that the ribs are wide open and they look tasty.
That's what he kept saying, stuff like
I was
that.
like, just go ahead and hit him there, you know?
Go for it.
People who were rooting for the other guy, they just stayed quiet. Like, this guy is gonna totally say something to me.
So you're saying the guy has the guy down with an arm bar on his neck, and then like, ding, you got a text. He pulls it out. It's Manny just like,
He's like, these
Hit him in the
guys.
ribs.
look at me, thanks, Manny, I got you. And then just start smashing in the ribs. Yeah, no, that's good stuff.
Oh,
It was
man.
worth a shot.
Yeah. So
Well,
there's
I want to give my shout outs to where
All
you
right.
guys had some fun last night with your MMA. I went out and I went to go see my man Angel down at King's.
Oh, Angel.
I went down to see Angel.
King's Cannabis.
To where we discussed you guys being out and about. To where he's like, what are you guys doing tonight? I was like, well, you guys are out at an MMA show and the rest
Right.
of you guys is going home to bed because
Yeah.
I'm
Hear how
I
he
mean, it was
described that?
a short-lived evening.
I'm a
Any way
cornball.
you look at it, because we were just like, seen enough. Listen, this Olympic Training Center, okay, all right, you know.
yeah. I'm
But
gonna
the
get
one
a
thing I
tour.
did not like, I'm going to tell you,
Yeah, she
because
coming
I
for
have
it.
a problem with, like throwing stuff in people's faces. We were so hungry when we got there. We were like, okay, they got this, and
We went
this.
to
Throw down.
He
concessions.
came with money, which is the first time I
Hey,
came
hey.
with money.
She was like, it was going to happen.
We were going to eat.
And we were just like, ooh, look at that. And big old plates of this food that looked
Like
amazing.
I said, Mediterranean chicken and macaroni and cheese.
Pilaf
not
rice.
not for the general
Not for general.
not for general public. Not
Yeah.
not for us. Just for VIP.
Not for the peasants in the back.
Yes.
Oh.
All they had was for
Not for
us
you.
common people. Candy bars, popcorn that wasn't
Well,
made.
So yeah, I mean, so the
And a
deal was
drink.
they had a popcorn
Like they sold you
machine.
seeds? And you had to chew on the seeds? And just hope
That would have been better.
they handed him to
No,
darkness.
but
They were
just-
like, darkness, heat
I
and
know. I know. It
pressure.
was a whole like.
Heat and pressure. Darkness, stare at the popcorn. It'll pop.
Do you remember going to the old basketball games in high school?
Sure.
Okay, and then you left the bleachers and went and got what? Some licorice, some soda.
Yeah,
you know
corny
what I mean?
stuff on the-
and,
yeah.
and you had to pay
Starburst.
$8 and you went
Yeah.
back to your. That's what we were afforded. That's what we were
Oh.
allowed.
Got
and
the old
popcorn
M&Ms
was
from last year?
consumed. The popcorn was consumed so
Yeah.
fast that like
The fight didn't even start yet, and
Right.
they had no popcorn.
Yeah, there was 10-minute wait just between each popcorn intervals, and so you would have
While you're
like a
sitting in a
line of
stand.
people just waiting. So you didn't even know if by the time you got to the front
If
there was
you're-
going to be even any more popcorn. You have to wait another 10 minutes.
Is this where the concessions were handled by the, let's say, the event center
Right.
versus the MMA crew?
Right.
Yeah.
So our local event center just
But
made a-
VIP ate well.
Yeah, VIP. I mean, if you spent your money on the tickets, then
Oh.
you ate like a king.
Yeah.
So basically, we're all capitalistic out here, and it's just really, really
I got
shows.
tired of looking at
Really
people with big
awkwardly
plates,
shows.
Big
dude.
old
I
plates
was
of
like,
food. I was like,
seriously,
man, I'm hungry. I
Like
came
I'm
here
about to
hungry.
go and knock people's plates out there.
And they were
was-
looking over
we,
like,
we were watching the fight, and then we were over here.
Like,
we were
man,
like, oh yeah, man, we're
wish I
gonna
could
do that.
eat.
And okay, now back to the fight. Back to the fight.
and then the people eating were like, you should have sold
But
more
again-
drugs.
I'm gonna tell you how safe did you feel if something were to
Oh,
happen
bro,
there?
that's hilarious. That's the other thing was the security there was, was
The security-
top-class security of the world. Crazy.
Had no taser, no spray, just an outfit
a
and
checklist.
oh yeah, there. I left that in the car.
You
They
did.
gave us a checklist and we hit almost all of them.
No,
it
we
was like
didn't.
no firearms, and I was like,
Manny,
so leave those big guns in the car.
Manny, your arms. I'm sorry,
No,
friend.
no drugs or alcohol.
guys are
We just
silly.
looked at each
I
other.
was like, is that still in my system?
Yeah, it was bad. I was.
Am
like,
I holding if the bath salts
So-
are still in my
The
nostril?
point that she was
Manny,
getting at
stop
was
it.
that, I mean, for the security, they didn't really check nothing. You know what I mean? They did. They handed us a piece of paper of what we weren't supposed to have, and then they let us in. Now, once you got into the front, they did have the wand, the security. You know, you had to empty your pockets and everything along those lines. But then when you were inside, I looked to my right, and there was a woman in her, like, mid-60s.
Nah,
in a
you're just
suit.
being nice.
I am. I'm sorry.
He's
Add
being
another
nice.
10, maybe. She could have been 70.
She was there to
Uh,
protect us.
And she was there watching the door. And I'm like, all right, cool. I got your back, too. You know?
Because her door was to the back, so she wasn't watching anything.
Right. It was wide open.
She was watching that VIP station hard.
But aside from the venue, like I said, it was our first time. You're going to have your trips. You're going to have your stumbles. The ring guy, Mr. Suit, back away from the microphone.
He was like, I was like, I wish he would just stop.
The sound system, there was kinks that needed to be worked out. And like I said, I will reiterate, the fighters showed up. That's what was important.
Oh my God.
So the event
up.
that put on the event did their job. The venue that they hosted it at probably weren't expecting this many people and for it to be this popular. It
wasn't the most comfortable. No one wants to sit on bleachers for 3.5 hours, though. We're old.
We're old.
Well, I'm old and his body's old, so he might as well be old.
Well, we should have just got them VIP tickets and we would have been just fine.
Damien.
Put it on Dirty Games.
We were there at the beginning.
Truth.
And there was nobody there.
I'm like, man, I wonder if anybody's going to show
They
up.
got there early, and then the mob just slowly just piled
you already know, fashionably late.
Yeah.
3 fights in.
The Manny shows up.
And then they had their stuff in the VIP, all kinds of messed up. He was like, they had them sitting in different areas.
Yeah, we learned that. It was that apparently they put the staff in different areas of the VIP. So then eventually everybody was like, well, why are you sitting over there? I'm sitting over here. Why are you sitting over there? And then finally everybody came together and sat at one table that people, I think, moved from. I don't know. It was weird.
It was weird.
I said,
not as organized as it could have been, but
the event.
But the fighters, I mean, for what that was.
Exactly.
And for my boy Damien, my ex-baby daddy, because I'm divorced officially, he did his thing, and I really do appreciate him for making sure that we got there. So shout out to Dirty Games all day.
Yay, Damani and KO. We love them.
Absolutely.
Them.
Sure. Dom, I appreciate you too, bud.
Yeah, well, like I said, my evening went with Angel over at King's Cannabis. That's as far as I went. And
How was it? How was the scene over there?
It was organized, unlike yours.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Security was lit.
There were no different tier shelves. I hate that, by the way, when you go into a place and they're like, this is the top shelf. Can't buy from this because you can't afford it. But then we have the other shelves here. And then by the time you get to the bottom shelf, they're like, this is our $10 eighth. And you're like, is that weed? I don't know. Is that weed?
I'll buy it.
It kind of looks like weed.
It looks like weeds from my yard.
Don't think I didn't.
He said, don't think I
don't get it twisted, bro. I
it.
was like, I'll take it. It's $10. I don't just hope it works.
Sold.
Hope it works. But I went through. Hooked me up, got some of that Rockstar Kush.
Yeah.
And
what's the name of the one he created? The Bojongo or whatever.
He had
Pongo. I mean, I can't pronounce the word that it is, man.
He had a couple really good strains on his shelves. He was stacked up with all the edibles and all the other stuff.
He's got Lucy there.
Lucy.
Yeah, and Lucy I smoked. But
Lucy.
The other one, I had 2 strains that I got from King's Cannabis, and they were both on point.
I'm going to go
I just can't pronounce the other one.
The Rocks. You know what? You're right.
Yeah. It's a silly
I got
name.
that one too. So I got Rockstar Kush, and then I got the it's an O. There's an H. It's not a Wahoo, but there's an O, and I think there's an H in there, and possibly a U.
It's just some sounds.
We're gonna have to ask him.
It's probably called out.
But I was talking to him, and he's out there grinding. He's out there just doing his job, and it's very rare that you see somebody that's running back, running front, doing his thing all over, making sure he's involved in every step of the process, making sure it's being done right.
From my understanding, if you're the best, the CEO to the janitor, you wear all hats. You know what I mean?
You're running in and all around.
That's Angel. So he'll take care of the front, he'll take care of the back, he'll take care of you.
There's nothing above him.
Right.
There's nothing above him.
He's there to do his job, which is provide Colorado Springs with medical cannabis, right?
Well, I agree. That's giving a shout out to King's Cannabis out here on East Bijou, right down the street from the Speakeasy Vape Lounge.
Yeah.
To where it's time for some plugs. Let's pay for this stuff. Yeah, it's about that time for some plugging. Why not?
Oh, they could have used your gloves in a big way.
I thought about that last night. I'm not joking.
Like,
when you guys left, and I was like, I bet you they're gonna see everyone with little black gloves.
The security guy.
Yeah.
He had to touch me.
And I'm going to let you know something. I left here to go to my other job, and I had to stop and get gloves. I was so mad.
Darkness.
Because, but I needed stuff that was for chemicals.
You were sponsored by Lab Builder Supply.
But listen, I was looking at the prices, $18.99.
Yeah, Darkness.
Yeah, these
yeah.
That's Aces.
Right.
Darkness, we ain't
Ace is
playing.
a place for the not go and get gloves there.
No.
I was like, I should have just got them.
Darkness.
So I hope you have some in your.
Lab Builder Supplies.
You have some in your truck?
Lab Builder Supplies got you right now.
Yeah, we got gloves.
To where you.
Because I'm getting some.
You were
no.
sponsored by Lab Builder Supply. I bought a box back to Manny the other day.
Yeah, I got a box of gloves in my
Warp
game
Zone
room.
Gaming has boxes of gloves. They were supposed to have boxes, but then Damani Dirty Games grabbed up on a box before I could get all the way back there. But yeah, Lab Builder Supplies definitely supplying gloves to everybody on this show and around our show without question. Don't go waste your monies on.
If you're an MMA fighter and you want to be touched by the real
Gloves.
glove.
If you like to pick your nose and don't want it to actually touch your finger, we can sell you gloves.
Agreed. That's the one to do it. I agree. Let's start doing our commercials right. You're right. Ever lose your bondage ropes or gag ball? No, that's the wrong. I'm sorry.
Wrong
Hold
one, bud.
It's wrong paper.
Thank you.
Sorry. Okay, let's see here. Are you tired of ordinary mops making a wet mess of your floors? Pushing messes around and wasting money on costly disposable pads? Did you ever try to take a shower but wound up taking a bath? Do you ever have a sink that fills when it's supposed to empty? And who wants to wait for an expensive plumber? Manny and Dr. Church Show featuring the Darkness has all your answers you need. That's right. Swing on down to Warp Zone Gaming. None of that has anything to do with Warp Zone Gaming, but man, it sounds good and convincing.
It does.
Absolutely.
I am just saying.
I was ready to buy.
You were ready. So come on down to Warp Zone Gaming in the back of 2508 East Bijou at the Speakeasy Vape Lounge with CBD flowers on the shelves, video games in the back, comic
Lots.
books on the walls.
Plenty.
It's just a happy place to go.
And the most beautiful hair you've ever seen.
You've got Nintendo Jesus there, people.
Come on now.
Come on. Look at this beard.
Rub his hair.
This beard is just impossibly amazing.
I'm not saying you'll be
Like
healed.
it's the Apollo
He's not saying
stump.
I'm not saying you'll be healed, but you might beat Contra.
I'm just saying. Transference is a real thing. Come on down, touch Manny. See if you can just have some of his evil, just wonderful secret powers. Not evil.
Just be
No,
careful.
yeah.
Be careful if you're going to touch me. Just be very careful.
Make sure he knows you're going to touch him.
Please.
He is a vet, actually. So yeah, don't sneak up
Like, I don't
behind
wanna
him.
hurt anybody.
It could get
Don't
bad.
go boom, baby, or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
You
wanna
might
hurt
get
anybody.
knocked out.
Yeah. So stop on by 2508 East Bijou, the back of the Speakeasy Vape Lounge. Come see Manny.
Come smoke some trees.
Smoke some trees. Bring your trees. Light it for Manny. It's the right thing to do. And play some video games. And order some food.
Absolutely.
And have a good time.
Absolutely.
Especially after you go see King's Cannabis and go see Angel. And I'm throwing that in there because
he's
I
going to
told
hook
him.
you up with weed.
Yeah, that's the truth about it. To where he didn't even pay for sponsorship. I just love Angel. He's just a
Agreed.
proper dude. That's all I can even say. And if he comes through on our show this morning, I'd be actually very proud and happy if that did occur. Which
Well,
maybe
We'll
it will.
see what happens.
We don't know.
Today is anew.
We don't know.
And
And
happy.
after we have
Oh,
now
okay.
paid all of our
Yeah.
bills.
Can I say happy Sunday, Colorado Springs? That's what I was trying to say. He was like,
Somebody's not.
what kind of music we coming into?
Paid in full. Eric B. and Rakim.
Hey, paying them bills.
We just read some commercials, so why
Darkness,
not?
You got any shout-outs?
Talk to me, Darkness.
I wanna shout out to my homeboys here.
Hey.
Thanks for showing up, guys. Thanks
Hey,
for
you're
being here
welcome.
for me.
You're welcome.
Aw.
Glad I can be here.
Thanks for tickling holes and ear holes.
Just ear holes.
And
That's the only
potholes.
ones we tickle.
And
What?
We only
if
tickle ear
y'all
holes.
would see Church's hands, you know that that's a lie.
Stop.
True.
His hands are just soft and supple. It's like
Colorado Springs, this is
Okay,
the Manny
sorry.
and Dr. Church show featuring.
the darkness. What's good?
I think we're going to get into some music.
That's right. Let's do
Because
it,
I'm
y'all.
tired of everybody just looking at each other silly.
It's
It's
true.
blazing.
Seriously, the red rubber ball, it just disappeared, bro. It's so weird. It literally disappeared in the middle of
Man, I'm trying to get paid in full. Well, check this out. Since
When your lady says you gotta get out, you need the new Blazing 98.5.
Yeah, I've been using guacamole for my the odor, the foot odor.
You didn't get my memo? Don't do that.
That's bad?
No.
Causes rashes in other places.
Other places. All
right, we're back, we're back.
Places.
Hey,
Welcome back to the Manny and Dr. Church show featuring the darkness.
What's hood?
Good morning, y'all. It's time to learn. How's your cheeseburger headphones doing this morning, Manny?
They're doing great. I'm a little hungry though.
They look delicious.
Thank you.
Manny has a pair of headphones that are shaped like cheeseburgers.
Yes.
Just like a cheeseburger on each ear.
Yes.
That's probably what the Manny and Dr. Church show featuring
It's
the darkness
all about.
feels like. Just
It's all about. Yeah.
feels like a cheeseburger in your ear holes.
Right.
Just warm and gooey.
As long as you smoked some weed
but
this morning.
tasty. You know what I mean? It just probably seems proper.
Yeah.
Let's do some learning.
All right.
Ready? Some
I
learning.
like learning.
We like to learn.
Every now and then.
Here we go. Let's talk some hip hop and R&B. Today I learned Stevie Nicks.
Okay.
Oh
Definitely.
man, I love Stevie Nicks.
He's that
though, bro.
R&B, right?
Original
Yeah.
hip hop.
Hip hop, man,
and
with the
R&B, bro.
remixes.
Y'all don't know.
Ooh.
So Stevie Nicks, she wrote Stand Back while listening to Prince's Little Red Corvette. Because Stevie wrote Stand Back using the exact music for Little Red Corvette, she called Prince to tell him about the song, and he showed up at her studio 25 minutes later to record the synthesizers for it.
Really?
Nice.
All about it. Collaboration.
Stevie
she-
Nicks has got street cred.
What was she, 10,000 Maniacs? Wasn't that the name of their band back in the day or something? Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Fleetwood.
gosh,
Wow.
yo.
Mixing
Oh
all
my
kinds of weird
gosh.
stuff up. I
That's
don't know,
great, though.
It's terrible. All right, today I learned that a woman walked 10,000 miles by herself through Asia and Australia. She carried underwear.
Was she pregnant and she's describing what it's like to make lunch for her children?
No,
Sorry. Anyways.
Ah,
that was dark. That was terrible. She carried underwear, a pocket knife, antibiotics, tea tree oil, a solar-powered charger, a beacon, a BlackBerry, satellite phone, Crocs, a compass, an emergency stash of amphetamines, and pink pajamas.
Why?
what was this for?
She just did. She just felt it. She was
like
I just,
Forrest Gumped it?
Yeah.
Really?
Straight up. Like, I'm going walking. I've seen
With a
people,
bunch of stuff.
Come on,
random.
act like you haven't seen out
Not
here.
even like a roller.
Like
little...
a roller, like
No.
luggage, the roller luggage.
No, just go for it. Just went
She
for
got
it.
her
She just
Crocs.
threw it in the towel.
Yup.
Got a stick.
Got
Are
her Crocs on,
Are
yeah.
Crocs that comfortable? Like I won't wear them. Like unfortunately, like call me the bad guy.
You
Okay.
know what?
It's like fish tacos.
I don't own any.
I don't go down that road.
I can speak on it.
Oh, uh-oh. All right,
Okay.
he's getting serious.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I have
you
never-
will be judged.
Yes,
All
I
right.
have never purposely
With some Bermudas.
worn them on my own. No, hold
My
on.
feet fell in them.
You
You're
know
not
what?
Funny. That's not funny.
That's how
rude.
twins are made.
All right. Anyway, so what happened was I started working at a job, and they said this is the gear that we like to wear, and so they had these weird Keebler Elf looking.
Are you sure you weren't in
Outfits.
jail? And they're just like, this is the uniform? No.
No,
They call that
All
a
right.
drag show?
no, stop it.
All right.
This was not the Bio Queens of Colorado. None of that.
All right, so what's up?
So I
They
wore
made
the
you.
Crocs.
They made you wear
In the
this.
garden, they wear Crocs. They got them.
Ah, okay.
Weren't comfy.
You didn't. No, really.
Nope.
Not comfortable.
Nope.
So, but were they bought for you, or were they just
They were
company?
bought for me. They were like the company ones though that were probably like $2 from Asia, like
Yeah.
mass produced, not the
Where those
company.
boxing gloves came from? Gotcha.
Probably that's not right. Those were Pakistan. That's a whole nother topic of conversation.
Thanks, Bitcoin.
That's a whole nother topic of conversation. Anyway, today I learned Guillermo del Toro's father. Guillermo,
Yeah, I
Guillermo, I know
remember.
that
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
Del Toro. His father was kidnapped in Mexico. And
When?
and the kidnappers wanted $1 million for his release. James Cameron became aware of this and paid the ransom, even recommending a negotiator.
Recommending like he's done this in the
he
past.
was like,
He's like,
hey,
no.
next time y'all do this, call this guy.
I got this number, 719-465.
2009. No.
No, that's the station
Oh,
number.
yeah?
Don't
Oh,
call.
yeah.
We're not good at recommending or dealing with
Hostile
hostage negotiations.
Like, yeah, no. America don't deal with
not-
terrorists.
That's crazy. I thought you weren't
don't know.
supposed to pay.
Somebody messed that one up.
Ransom, nah.
Well, he got it like that too. He was like, just get the $1 million together. I got the guy. Wow.
I wonder
Wow.
if James Cameron was actually able to do that through connections through Hollywood. Okay, because a lot of Hollywood directors and whatnot, they've got on-scene experts So when you have the police officer, the scene in the movie,
Right.
they've got a police officer who spent 20 years on the force there saying, hey, don't do that because that's not
Right.
Or, you know, they got
Or-
a soldier
Yeah.
movie. You
Or
know,
the
they got
gangster.
soldiers or they got gangsters. They need gangsters, you know.
Right,
So
they
it's
got
like,
all the connects like that.
so I wonder if they were able to reach out in the community and
I don't
say,
even
hey,
think it mattered to him. I think he was just like, $1 million.
here you
See
go.
what I got.
Hold,
You know,
hold
I mean,
on.
Yeah, I got
Opened
you.
his socks.
yeah.
You know, he kept it in his socks.
But what's the connection, I wonder, in truth? I mean,
Or in a fanny
outside
pack.
but then again, it's just James Cameron. Maybe he was just being a good guy.
Yeah.
Probably just
I
being
think
a
he
good
was
guy.
just. I think he just said, "Get the money. That's all they want. Get the
Like,
money."
I got it like that. Just do it. Let's just
Wow.
get him
And put
back
it. Put a
down
dye pack in there.
with- Yo, Mexico was gangster. We were talking about that with the Mitt Romney and his dad, where he's from in Juarez. And the whole they had a bunch of colonies from the Mormons, and the Mormons are still at war with the cartel in Mexico. Look that mess up. It's a whole nother do your research. Today I learned moment.
Yeah.
That's 49 people a day were being kidnapped back in the day in Juarez, not long ago. For real, look that up. That's a real.
I mean, there's not going to be anybody to give up any money. They're like, you took the one with the checkbook.
There's no one left. There's no one left. All right, you took them all. It's over. All right, today I learned that baristas at the CIA Starbucks do not write down customers' names on their cups, and there are no frequent customer award cards.
Only nicknames.
Fuzzy Wuzzy.
004.
You're up.
004. Nice. Nice. Today I learned, because we're a hip-hop station.
I
Yeah.
like hip hop.
Again,
All right.
original
Like
hip-hop.
real
Listen to
hip
it.
hop.
Going back to original hip-hop again. Today I learned Pearl Jam's song.
Perfect.
Jeremy is based on the real-life classroom suicide of Jeremy Wade Dell of Texas, who was released from a mental hospital and sent back to school. Reportedly, once his insurance money ran out, he was deemed cured.
Wow.
Yay!
Wow.
That's the system.
Healthcare! Yay!
Hey, we've addressed
if I
that.
understood the words to that song, I would share some lyrics.
If I had a clue, yeah.
Clearly, I remember. Again, on the board. That's it. That's it. That's it.
All I
That's
know
got.
is it was good and it was flannel. That's all I know. I remember that back in the day, you know?
Check out Pink Pop, Pearl Jam.
Hey.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Hey, he's calling out Pink Pop. The fact that he knows that makes me proud. I love that.
I do my research.
That's a festival out overseas. That's where some good
I
stuff
mean,
is
anybody who wears headphones like that, you
What's-
know,
What's wrong with my headphones?
serious.
What's wrong with my headphones? Look at me in
Seriously,
my
there's
eyes.
nothing.
Look me in my eyes
I
and tell me what's
can't.
wrong with my
I
headphones.
can't. I want to just squish your head together and eat it.
Eat it.
He's got he's got some cheeseburger headphones on.
He does have cheeseburger headphones on. That's
Leave
real.
him alone.
Today I learned pride-filled Enzo Ferrari dismissed Ferruccio Lamborghini's complaint of rough clutches in the Ferrari 250 GT. After successfully modifying one of his own personally owned Ferrari 250 GT to outperform stock models, Lamborghini gained the impetus to pursue an automobile manufacturing venture of his own.
Okay, none of that made sense.
Lamborghini was born because Ferrari sucked.
Boom.
Okay.
Mic drop.
That's the idea of the
I
story.
wish you would
there.
have just said that.
I'm sorry. So reality
Eyes
is,
glazed over. I
you're
was
like, what is he
What?
saying? So basically, as I'm reading these and learning these as you're learning them too, I'm getting the same reaction as you guys are. So I'm learning right along with you. I read none of these ahead of time. So
It's good times.
that's why sometimes I'll start reading. Nope, next
This-
we're just gonna next one on that one because that's a weird one.
And
you
that's
know
the
what I mean?
joy of a live show.
Yeah.
You know, we
Yeah.
here having fun to hopefully entertain.
and educate every now and then.
So let us know how we're doing. Join the Manny and Dr. Church Show on
Here's-
Facebook, on
here's-
Instagram. You want to keep talking or you want to plug our
No,
own
no,
stuff?
go ahead, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
the Manny and Dr. Church on Instagram too,
I already
Yeah,
said
we
that.
said that.
and on
Yeah,
Facebook,
see, he wasn't
Hey,
even waiting.
and on YouTube,
just real quick.
and on RedTube,
No.
No.
Not anymore.
and
No.
Pornhub is the other one.
That
Just
one's
put 'em
still
on.
up for at least another 48 hours.
Okay, thank you. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making sure, because I didn't know we took. I was hoping we didn't take them down, and I was like, I think we're taking them down soon.
Oh man,
Just wanted
hey,
to make sure.
just real quick.
Yeah.
What do you got,
yeah,
Dark?
I
yeah.
have
What do you got?
Yeah.
I have my boss who's about to ride across town.
Ooh,
Well, Kansas, and pick up his
What?
Madre.
with a horse.
Horse and carriage.
Okay, yeah, that's a
Horse and
thing.
What are
carriage.
you talking
Greg Dutton, Greg Dutton, Greg Dutton. You said I wouldn't say your name. There it is. Shout out to G Dutton. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
What was his name?
Allegedly Greg Dutton, because we don't
Okay.
know what we're about to say next. Greg might get mad and litigate us. So allegedly it was Greg Dutton.
Okay.
So
Hey,
this
Greg,
guy,
hit me up.
Greg,
You got that.
Greg gave me this tip about my no.
Oh,
Your
okay.
I was gonna
eczema?
get-
He's telling you about the guacamole.
He was telling me guacamole on my eczema
You
this
don't
one
love
time.
guacamole?
Allegedly,
You don't.
He likes guacamole.
So, okay,
Pretty sure.
all right, and you're saying it causes foot odor.
All right,
though.
before we get into some more today, I learned.
Okay,
Let's
talk to
let's
me.
lead into what kind of music we'll
All
be
right.
letting people listen to after we're done educating them.
Well,
Lead into that.
And sorry
been-
about yesterday, people.
it's been 20 years. I'm sorry about yesterday too.
What do you mean? Sorry.
Well, it's been.
I'm
20
sorry that it
years.
wasn't longer. How about that?
Hey, it's been.
That's what she said? Is that
I
what you're
have
going to
that.
say?
I have that problem sometimes. Poor Mrs. Church. Anyway.
Round.
Oh, I understand. He said it's a circumference.
Whatever.
That's crazy.
All right, go ahead. What were you going to say? Sorry, brother.
I can't even. It's been 20 years since Big Pun's release
Wow.
of that album. Remember that in '98, cruising around back in the day?
Really?
It's been 20 years.
Wow.
In '98?
'98. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. I already was.
I didn't know that.
I was telling you some of his lyrics yesterday,
Yes.
which I obviously can't repeat.
No, you can't.
'Cause,
Not a one.
He's a lyricist.
my God, really was.
So we've got him coming up.
I've got a bunch of Big Pun coming up, like in a row, because I'm like, it's been 20 years and nobody's even recognizing it. Probably. Maybe
Let's
his
play
son's
all
probably
of
out there.
Craig Mack's music.
I got Craig.
No,
we
no,
are-
no. Listen,
We on it,
Everybody,
huh?
your name. I got him.
Listen, all of Craig Mack's
Oh, well,
music.
calm down.
Wait.
I ain't got all of that.
Can we
No,
do
no,
that?
no, no. There is only one.
There's only one. It's
No,
like,
that's wrong. He just passed. That's not
Uh,
funny. It's terrible, darkness. Come on.
I mean, we're talking
She's
about.
like, it's true, though.
puns.
oh man, come on
Like, I
now.
was just saying, it's
You know what I'm
real.
saying?
All right. So today I learned.
Today I learned this is gonna make you upset. This is our
okay.
time.
Yeah. Great.
Sorry, this is
Hold,
our.
hold my cheeseburgers.
Well, I'm just reading this. It makes my cheeseburger headphones. Today I learned there's a PBS station, which, if I'm correct, comes from our tax dollars. PBS
Absolutely.
TV station in upstate New York, who has more Canadian viewership than American, and therefore signed off every night with the Canadian national anthem and then the U.S. national anthem.
So
I'm like, no, I just want our U.S. national anthem in there. I'm
You-
sorry. I'm mad at
So they
Canada.
do
You
play
already
it.
know my issues.
Oh yeah. how
I got
he feels
Justin
about-
Bieber coming from
So
there.
You want us to build
You
a
know,
wall
I'm mad-
in
Alan
Canada?
Alan Thicke is there.
Nickelback, Drake.
All that.
I'm yelling.
You are.
Sorry.
You are just angry.
I understand you want a wall built at the border of Canada, but
Just
you
saying.
need to kind of. We don't need you to microaggress.
Build that wall. Build that wall.
Please don't.
Canada,
Let's
we're
not
gonna
do
shut
this
them
over
down.
the air.
Where will the
Bieber?
rest of the Biebers come from?
Bieber, they gave us Bieber and Nickelback. I'm sorry. I gotta stop. You're right. I'm yelling. Today I learned
Today I learned.
the original Dungeons and Dragons, which I was not allowed to play because my mother thought it involved Satan worship and like goat murder.
Demons.
Yeah, goat murder.
It's all about evil.
Yeah, virgin killing and stuff. Yes.
Dungeons and Dragons.
She
Oh,
walks
dear.
in a room. You're over your little sister with a knife.
Just like-
Damien.
No, I think this is what
She's
we're
like, what are
supposed
you
to-
doing? Just playing.
No, Mom,
cards?
it's Dungeons and Dragons. No. Contained references to hobbits, but those were removed when J.R.R. Tolkien's estate complained that he held the copyright to the creatures. They were later renamed halflings in D&D.
Wow, that really upsets me.
Yeah.
I can see.
It's deep.
You see the anger?
Do you
I
see
can
the
see the
emotion
anger.
flowing from him?
Yeah.
Manny's
Okay,
dead inside, but that's another topic.
Everybody in the military, emotion. What that means is. Just
Stop,
joking.
that's not funny.
Just
I love our
joking. I'm a
military
vet
all
too.
day. All right.
Yeah, I
You
love
can
y'all.
She
mess
Love
up.
spent time in the.
She could say
Navy.
that. All right. Today I learned that the SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome virus, is so infectious that one man in Hong Kong infected 183 people in 8 different apartment buildings with one horrific bowel movement, causing a plume of aerosolized feces to circulate
It's called a fart, dude.
through the ventilate system
said
and
a fart.
outside on
He
the wind.
farted.
That's literally what happened.
And he took out 8 apartments.
8 apartments, bro,
Oh,
with SARS.
That.
183
You get-
people got
That's
taken
slow
out. That's rough, man.
All day.
My God.
So
When you
proud
talk
of you.
about grip it and rip it.
Man.
That's pain. That's crazy.
I want to know what he ate. Compliments to the chef.
Dear Lord, just don't eat out at the McDonald's in Hong Kong,
Man, oh,
possibly,
man.
allegedly. I don't know. Anyway, today I learned in 1993, the golden covering of the dome was the Rock in Jerusalem. It was refurbished following a donation of $8.2 million by King Hussein of Jordan, who sold one of his houses in London to fund the 80 kilos of gold required. Of which that's a thing a lot of people don't know about.
Is this where you're talking about where there's rich and then there's wealth?
Dead on, good
Okay.
man.
All right.
In New York, this happens too. A lot of people don't know this. They will sell out of buildings, condos, high-rises, everything, and they will remain empty. You go to London, their most expensive neighborhoods, they will remain empty because it's for the world's global elite. They pop in once in a while.
Every once in a
And they
while.
want the whole
Stays
floor. They
empty.
want the whole building.
Stays dead empty. And you're talking apartments that are like $40 million.
Wow.
To
This
where-
is gross.
I showed you a picture, Manny, of a truck
Yes,
in
you
a
did.
parking
Right, yeah,
place.
yeah.
And it was funny because in the truck, it's such a custom truck. You don't even know what it's called.
Right.
But when I've looked it up, it's a $250. I'm not giving a plug, but it's a $250,000 truck. Okay.
Right.
Behind it is a Range Rover, and normally you'd see the guy in a Range Rover Super Sport and go, "Oh,
Like,
that's
oh, that's a
it's
nice
a $90,000 to $100,000 truck. That guy's rich." He's nothing. The guy in front of him was a Russian billionaire that pops in. He's one of
Every
those
once in a
guys.
while.
And when he pops in, he has access to the $250,000.
This truck was so up armored that it yeah.
And I showed you the
You
parking
can't even
rates.
enjoy stuff like that, though.
No, this guy, I'm sure he enjoyed all of it.
Yeah.
This
Oh, really? It was pimped out?
Bro, it was so dark. It was.
I'll show you.
I think
It
they
was
call it
insane.
murdered out.
It was
when
insanity.
everything's just black.
Yeah,
It's just,
blacked out,
I mean, and it was raw. And like I said, it was up armored. It was.
He had it all, and it's to where again he's one of these guys that just popped in, and when he comes to America, he's got his truck in New York. When he goes to L.A., he probably has another one over there.
The thing doesn't even fit in anything in New York.
Right, and the parking, right? I showed you the parking sign, right? It was like
A foot
it
and
was-
a half,
it
3
was-
feet away from his the top of his cab.
So anything size-wise that's bigger, it's an extra like $100, okay, for an SUV. If you have an exotic, it's $400 more on top of the $500 a month or whatever it is already. So this guy was
Just
paying
to
around,
park these places.
just to park
in
it.
New York. This is gross.
It was around $1,100 or $1,200 when you sat down with the calculator going, so he has a truck, so that's an extra this much. This monthly, that's this much. And, oh, wait, and it's an exotic truck. Let's add the extra 500
Wow.
or 400, whatever. Yeah.
Man.
And that money
Rich
would
and
just,
wealthy.
and they don't cough at it. They don't flinch.
So they buy these places and sit on them empty, and over time, that just keeps getting more and more money. So eventually, they can just off it and go, I made more. Yay. Oops. I didn't even live there. This
Man.
learning, it pains my body.
Does it now?
Today I learned
What?
David Bowie ripped into MTV for not. Well, it's hip hop and R&B, so I'm going down the music stuff.
Okay.
And I'm going down original hip hop R&B. So
Yeah, David
we've
Bowie, yeah,
obviously
yeah.
I hit
Now,
Stevie
now-
Nicks.
He sang the
Right.
hook on that Diddy song.
I
Go
did
ahead.
Stevie Nicks. Now I went David Bowie. He ripped into MTV for not embracing black artists in 1983. But Michael Jackson's Thriller likely saved the network.
Because I was just about to say. I
Michael
was like,
Jackson was not a white Caucasian woman in his mid-30s collecting paint and cats.
He was a little Negro boy.
No, that was not him. He was not an older woman. That was someone else in the elder days.
Love Michael.
Sorry. He almost bought Marvel.
Yeah. we
Another
talked
topic.
about that yesterday.
Today I learned that there are walls in Scotland that people made during the Iron Age using heat to melt rocks together. But the specific methodology is unknown and continues to baffle scientists. They are the vitrified walls of Scotland, but can be found in other European countries as well. They figured out how to melt rocks, and we still can't.
Right. That's some stuff there.
Call Elon Musk. What are we doing? Come on.
Well, he's trying to get to Mars, man.
All right, he doesn't have time.
Yeah, he's wanting to put a. Well, no, he's not putting the hotel up there. Who's putting the hotel?
He's not?
There's a hotel going up there in space.
Elon's probably just doing the
I don't think he's
transportation
doing. I don't
between it.
think he's doing that though.
There's a hotel.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
man.
something different going on up
See,
there.
that's the craziness. Every minute you turn around, there's more learning. You just
Yeah.
turn around and you're just like, today I learned.
There it
Just
is.
keep learning. Keep learning. That's what we do over here. You ready?
I'm ready.
Today I learned the modern use of gay comes from gay cat, a slang term among hobos meaning a boy who accompanies an older, more experienced tramp, with the implication of favors being exchanged for protection. Whoa. That was fun.
Sorry about that.
That was a mic check. Ladies and gentlemen, mic check. Is
It
your
was
mic
almost
on?
a mic drop. My bad.
Mic is on. Mic is on.
Okay.
We're going to just gloss right over that topic is how we're going to go.
Sorry about
Deal.
that.
We don't want to talk about your gay cat.
Yeah.
Strange.
All right, move on.
You know, they.
All right, real hip hop. Today I learned in 1997, Eminem went to L.A. to compete in the Rap Olympics, a
What?
nationwide battle rap competition. He came in second.
Who
What?
beat him? Who beat him?
A rapper named Otherwise with a Z.
Really?
Yeah, but impressed Interscope Records, who brought a copy of SSEP back to Jimmy Levine, who played it for Dr. Dre, who signed him to his label Aftermath.
Okay.
So we're basically Otherwise, you gone.
So if Eminem didn't go to this Olympics, there wouldn't be no Eminem.
Nope. And he would. Again, that's where each performance is not about how many; it's about who many.
Who exactly?
That's how I say that all the time. To where some people come in and they'll sit there and they'll perform. We had a private show the other night.
Yes, we did.
Let's just say that wasn't a big deal individual who was performing. Could have been a nobody,
Right.
And
Absolutely.
a slow night. You never know who's in that crowd. To where next thing you know, you're a radio guy's in the crowd. Put your music on.
Absolutely.
A
There
record
you go.
label guy starts playing your stuff.
And shout out 1 Ton of Potluck. Go
All
check out
day.
his music.
Private show.
Go check out 1 Ton. He's qualified.
Look out for hashtag.
I like his mixes, his mixtapes. He'll do like a 15-minute mashup of music.
Right.
And it's hip hop.
And pot related.
And weed related too. So
Weed related.
Search
Shout
one-
out to
one
Red
time.
and Jamin, owners of
Yeah.
Speakeasy, for
Yeah.
allowing that to
Absolutely.
occur. They were supposed to have there were some issues going down, and they said, we're going to have this
Max
for
capacity.
our people.
Yeah, it was family. It was.
And that's how this
Yeah.
is going to go for our family, friends, and family and employees, if you will.
Right.
And he forced that through, and I appreciate that. I was
Yeah,
an
for sure.
experience,
a lot of fun.
that just doesn't normally occur. So
Right on.
thank you for
Let's get into
teaching
a
us.
couple more Today I Learned and then
Let's do it.
some music.
Today I
Yeah,
learned.
gonna do a shout out before we get out. But go ahead. No, let's do it today.
Today I learned. We did this. I'm going to do it one more time. Today I learned Quebec banned ads for toys and fast food aimed at children under 13, resulting in lower childhood obesity rates.
Boom.
Quebec.
It's hilariously, awkwardly real how literally a toy makes a kid go, I'll look past the fact that it's an awkwardly grade cheeseburger that's old, wrapped in plastic, and eat right past
But
it.
how
Like,
quick parents are to buy them because the kids will calm down or whatever.
Or,
Part of it, or it's
because-
affordable.
Yeah, it's affordable,
'Cause
or
we
it's
don't- we
quick
ain't got
on the
money.
way.
you don't want to
know?
hear any whining. You're like, here's something to play
take
with.
it.
Yeah.
And it's affordable, though. That budget, honestly, it's truth. It's,
Yeah.
you're trying to make stuff meet together, and
Money,
you go,
money and time. If you
it.
ain't got time, you're gonna spend money.
You
Yep.
go, I can eat for $2 and I'm going to be full on 2 McChickens, enough to get through to at least dinner. All right, $2.
Maybe.
We made it, maybe.
You ever had sleep for dinner? It's delicious.
It is so refreshing.
No, honestly, Manny, I always have a nice glass of ice chips always on the corner of
That's-
my bed, just filling.
That's great.
Fulfilling. That's right. That's my life hack there.
Shout out to my military members out there. Sometimes we go without eating.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
don't
know
have
that.
the ice chips in Iraq? No.
Do push-ups, bro. Do push-ups.
Afghanistan don't have those little ice chip. You don't carry the cooler?
All right,
They don't have
today
a
I
Sonic-
learned that I'm gonna put my foot in church.
Church is behind. I'm sorry, y'all. Shout out to our vets. I appreciate you and our current standing characters out there.
Drink water.
Yeah. Oof, oof. Today I learned about Hans Steininger, the medieval mayor of Brunau, Austria, who had a 2-yard-long beard that he often
Right.
held in a pouch. One day, he failed to do so. He tripped over it and broke his neck. He's probably the most notable resident of the small town except for Adolf Hitler, who was born there.
Oh no.
Huh?
So second was
He
a
went-
dude that tripped over his own beard and broke his
Broke
neck.
his neck. 2
What?
yards
He must have
long.
fallen like a ways. You know, you trip and then you try to jog and
Well, he
catch
grabbed
yourself.
his beard, so it probably like yanked his neck in a weird way.
That's what I'm saying.
Twisted it hard and he just
And then he
yanked him
went down.
and smacked
But
his
he
head.
had 2 yards to run. Wow, that's crazy.
He forgot his pouch.
He did forget his pouch.
It happens.
How do you forget
Your
a
pouch, Manny? Answer, please.
I don't forget my pouch.
Manny has his pouch. See, no worries.
All the time.
Today I learned
Liar.
the British and Irish
Wanna
plug.
see it?
Manny,
What?
we're not talking about that.
Oh.
Today I learned the British and Irish plug is regarded as the safest in the world.
The what?
The plug. So I actually really
What
didn't know
plug?
this. So when you go to other countries, they don't use the typical little 3-prong guy. They have those
the
weird
outlet
ones.
plug.
There you go.
an
Okay.
outlet.
Y'all have been to
Alright.
those weird countries with the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although you
Okay.
didn't have power, but you know when you went and like took out the palaces, they had some weird plugs. You know
They
what I
did have
mean?
some weird plugs.
Yeah. Anyway, today I learned.
We got this last one. We're going to get in some music.
All right, today I learned, and this I actually watched about. Today I learned that approximately 300 people live in the tunnels under Las Vegas in order to do drugs or be alone in general.
What?
There's tunnels
in Vegas?
under Vegas.
And there's a community. That's 300 people.
People chilling.
They might be able to take over the world.
It's kind
No.
of like
No, they won't.
No. Pinky in the brain.
No.
we did this story a long time ago, Manny.
Yeah.
Where we talked about the catacombs in France.
Yes, we did.
There you
And
go.
how they used to hold the raves
And
down
there's
there.
raves and parties, and it's this
Parties,
whole
man.
underground area in France where they used to bury people. Now there's this whole party scene underground.
Yeah,
and
you
I
heard
guess-
that right. They used to bury people
Those are
there.
called raves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now, but some of those people stay living there going, we host once a month, come back to visit.
Come back.
And then these other guys in Vegas pretty much got almost the same thing. It's almost just a little darker, though. For them, it's like it floods once in a while. So
It's
they're
probably
like,
stinky.
I just like the heron. I just want to be
Oh,
left
man, that's so
alone.
gross.
I like it dark. Is that weird? No.
Colorado Springs, this is the Manny and Dr. Church show.
Can I do
featuring-
it? This is the darkness. Can I shout out?
Yeah,
real
go for
quick?
it, yeah.
Shout out to Kayleen and Wes. They're on their way to set up for the flea market. Hope y'all make some money.
Shout out flea market. That's like one of my that's one of
That
my
you gotta
favorite
pay.
places, man.
You gotta pay to play.
But it's worth it once you get in there, man.
And
'Cause
I
there's
agree.
so much.
Manny has changed me. I was weirded out to this concept darkness, and I went. I experienced. I am changed. I wear skinny jeans and mucklucks now. No, no, but I went there, and I almost bought a filing cabinet for $7. I will be back, sir. I
Yeah.
will be back. Mrs. Church was with me.
It was like a 5-foot tall filing cabinet
wasn't
that
down.
he was not going to be able to fit in his pocket.
I wanted it so
or
bad.
his car.
No.
So nice. $7. Lab Builder Supplies needs this stuff.
Shout out my boy John, who's got his comic books and action figures and pops and all those inside the pavilion there. John Hernandez, go check him out.
Check him out, please.
Check him out.
It's almost May the 4th. He's got every original OG Star Wars figurine there.
Yeah.
He's got them like the real 80s ones, not the
I bet
the
I bet
bootleg
this
ones.
morning my boy Pat's on his way there too. Video game exchange, comics
Oh,
and more.
yeah.
Doing some hunting.
Yeah, because I mean he's got his video game store up off Fillmore, and so he goes out to the flea market and tries to scoop up the good deals on the games, man. I mean, which is smart. It's absolutely smart, you know, because they're out there. You can still find these games locally. My personal collection, you know, none of it's been purchased on the internet. It's all
Shop with your
Colorado.
dollar.
Yeah, it's all Colorado. So I mean, these games are still out there. You can still find them. You want to play Mario Kart? Find it. It's out here. Shop locally.
And it's here. You don't have to go on eBay. I'm telling you now, the stuff on eBay, it's here, man. He found it. I
Yeah.
promise. It's in the Springs. It's at this
Video-
place that we're plugging like crazy that we shouldn't be, but whatever. If you want to see the after effects of that, come on down to Speakeasy Vape Lounge, 2508 East Bijou to Warp Zone Gaming. Meet Nintendo Jesus, a.k.a. Manny from the Manny and Dr. Church Show.
Beautiful.
You're gonna have to quit calling me that, dude. Somebody
No,
could get
no,
mad
it's
at me.
already there.
Listen, it's too late. It's already established. You look like Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. It's the description's been
And when
written.
we have a concert, you're Manny
Oh,
Fresh.
man.
You see how it works?
Okay.
I'm sorry, man.
All right,
It's real. You have the
Just
knowledge
accept it.
of Nintendo with the background of the whole thing and so
And then
on.
you've
It's
got the
just-
long hair, and you're very forgiving.
Right.
You
But
got
I
the
don't wear
open-toed
sandals.
cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Open-toed
but I don't.
cowboy boots are enough, bro.
With the
But I don't wear
Velcro.
'em.
With
He
the
doesn't
Velcro.
wear them. It's true.
I don't wear them.
I wear them when I interpretive dance, but that's another topic. That's at 2508 East Bijou, Speakeasy Vape Lounge. That's the place to go, y'all, for real, because it's legal. You're not
I mean,
going to
what
get your
about
door
lab
kicked
builders?
in. Lab builders. Oh my God. Lab
What do they do?
builders.
Who's
Lab-
this lab builder?
Who is this guy? And what lab is he building?
Lab Builders.
What?
Lab Builders.
What?
Lab Builders Supply. Lab Builders Supplies is protecting you. They're protecting you from the nasties of what we call Wookiee juice. That's right. The protection is key against the life-threatening contacts of Wookiee juice, which is all around us. All of you have been out to those record stores. Some of these Wookiees have been there. You've felt the juices on those records and gone, strange. What's that weird feeling on my fingers? Protect yourselves, y'all. We've got affordable gloves here at Lab Builder Supplies, nitrile gloves. If you're a tattoo artist, all those weird black gloves that you're spending way too much money on. If you're a mechanic, if you're a plumber, spending way too much money on these gloves. Lab Builder Supplies, hit them up. 719-722-4181. And if you're one of those Instagram peoples, go on Instagram, Lab Builder Supplies, because that's the only online place they're yelling down because they lazy. Lazy. Or they just started one of those things.
No.
What we got working
just
as
lazy.
music today?
Oh, I got
remember?
anything can happen. I got
You said
Wyclef.
pun? You said pun? Come on, you ain't changing up on me. I asked you earlier.
He just said, I got a whole lot of puns.
He says I got a lot of pun.
Well,
and
I
then
have
you
it.
said, Return of the Mac.
You know what happened?
Coming?
I went to anything can happen.
You ain't doing your job?
I got excited.
Oh.
I got it. Don't worry.
He's hurt
I got
my
pun
feelings,
coming
Colorado
up.
Springs. Colorado
I
Springs.
got pun.
This is the Manny and Dr. Church show featuring
The darkness. What's hood?
Keep It Locked. It's blazing. Dirty Game Studios.
Hey, your buddy Gordon told me about the hummus on my
Not Gordon, Greg.
Greg, I put hummus on my feet.
Did it work?
No, that one was the rash.
This is Justin Bua, and you're listening to the Manny and Dr. Church Show.
And that's how I ended up with $5 in my back pocket.
Dude, that's so inappropriate.
I know.
It's so
I know.
inappropriate.
No,
But
what's
I got
inappropriate
$5.
is I ended up with the change.
That's not right. That's even worse. Welcome back to the Manny and Dr. Church show featuring the darkness.
Can I have my change back?
Guys, not right now.
Anyways.
Off the air, please.
All right, all right.
Thank you. That's not appropriate. We are FCC controlled.
We are, and we have to stay within certain limitations and certain parameters.
Blah, blah,
and
blah, blah, blah.
You are not Rude Jude.
I know.
Calm down, sir.
Rude Jude.
Possibly be talking to him later.
Who knows that guy?
Yeah, some
Does
people
Colorado
do.
Springs know Rude Jude?
They probably know Shade 45.
Okay.
They probably know of some of the DJs on there on Sirius XM, maybe.
Right.
Allegedly.
From my
possibly.
understanding, Rude Jude's, once you meet him, there's no one meeting him.
Yeah.
Right. It's one
Yeah.
of those individuals.
It's an experience. It's an experience, I would
Right.
say.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
Well, I look forward to communicating with
I mean,
him.
it's like when you meet Nintendo Jesus for the first time in the back of the speakeasy.
What?
At 2508 East Bijou at Warp Zone.
Exactly
Gaming.
how I felt.
Really?
Can't stop thinking about him.
Just ABC always be closing, Manny. I'm sorry. It's just the
Really?
Warp Zone Gaming in the back. Just.
All right, anyway,
Nintendo
can we get
Jesus.
into some Today I Learned?
All right, today I learned. This is going to be a weird one, but I've known this one. Some people have heard this. Today I learned Martin Luther King has allegedly had affairs and orgies in private. Dun,
Really?
dun, dun.
Allegedly?
Yeah, that's
Allegedly.
well, yeah. I
Or
don't- it might have been
confirmed?
proven at this
Proven.
point with the extramarital ones, if you will.
I'm not even.
Yeah, she's
responding
like,
to
I don't
any of
even
that.
want to go down that road.
Well, here's the truth about it. Whatever you do in your bedroom, I don't care. I don't care
Right.
what you do in your bedroom, as long as nobody gets hurt. If you ain't
No,
hurting
because
nobody.
if somebody does get hurt, we want to hear about it.
Sometimes they're like, "Hit me, baby."
And you hear,
Hey, honey, wake up.
There is no safe word. Oh, sorry.
Thunder Cougar Falconbird.
That's not-
All
oh.
right. That's
the word.
Yeah, that's the same.
I
Anyway.
lost the red rubber ball. That's not the word. Sorry. That was way too far. Today I learned.
Thanks.
I don't want to read this one because we'll cry.
Okay. I don't
Today
wanna cry.
I learned that horses with broken legs. I'm doing it anyway. You're gonna cry with me. Today I learned horses
You're not
with
telling me something I don't
with
already
broken
know.
legs. You already know. You're from a farm. You were called cowboy. What happens to them when they break their legs, Manny? What do they do?
Well, you either get a really good vet
or they
and
become
spend
glue.
a lot of money,
And the vet comes with a hot lead injection. Is
Or-
what you're saying?
you spend about $1.20
Ah.
and just
Here,
hit-
what is it? You got me thinking.
you shoot
now.
the horse.
Yeah.
You
That's
shoot the
it?
horse. Yeah.
It's over. They
Just
shut
so
it
you
down.
I thought it was something different.
No.
Okay.
They
No,
don't turn
that's-
them into glue anymore.
No, nope, just
So
in a hole.
you
And maybe
think
Taco Bell meat. Maybe, allegedly. I don't know.
Alleg-
I'm
that's pink
pretty sure
slime.
today I learned, this is one of those that I read an article that I believe Taco Bell allegedly had come out saying that their meat was not 100% meat.
Yes, it was called pink slime. That was a huge ordeal. Huge ordeal.
They called
and
it
I
pink
stood
slime?
up
What?
and I went, see, I knew what I was doing. So I'm a fast food junkie, and the one fast food place that I've never eaten at still to this day,
Really?
and I'm going to try it.
Where?
And I'm going to try it here in Colorado at some point, but it's Taco Bell.
What?
Never had it. Never
Seriously?
Had it. Never, ever, never, ever.
What?
0 times.
like,
0.
how are you breathing?
You've
Zero.
never had Taco Bell?
Yep. And the fact
How
that
is that statistically possible?
No.
They're
Like
everywhere.
you were drunk one night and somebody slipped one in your mouth.
No.
Like it's happened.
No. No,
That
Manny.
is suspect.
No, bro. No, that did
What are you
not
talking
occur.
about? You never woke up with
I
a
mean,
taco
no,
in
he,
your mouth?
Whoa.
he wouldn't
Whoa.
be sleeping. And no. Wait a minute.
What?
No. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
My kid could be
Dark-
listening. Shout out to my kid.
Anyway,
Darkness
no.
is like red 7.
I
Red
have
7.
never had Taco Bell. You guys are tough, bro. You are tough to deal with right now. This is difficult. All right. I've never had that Taco Bell stuff, if you
Right.
will. And it's called pink slime was the big thing because in Subway, there was an ingredient which was used in making yoga mats for their bread that was a big splash in the news.
Hold up. You just said yoga mat and bread in the same sentence.
Yeah, so
Subway?
those rollable yoga mats
Yeah.
that they roll up and
Yeah.
you do the downward dog, and you're like, ooh, that's
In
a good
the
position.
upward
Yeah.
eve and
it's hot and hot yogas, whatever. Yeah, those rollable mats. One of the ingredients used to use that foam
Okay.
is in that
Is
fresh
in the-
baked bread,
What?
but it's now out. But it
Okay.
was once upon a time in the bread.
How do you even decide that's an ingredient?
So with
Like
this,
when I'm in my kitchen, I'm not like, "Hey, honey, bring me the yoga mat. I want to make some rolls."
well, as you know, we're
It's
out here
weird.
learning, right?
It's
We're
weird
always
that you
learning.
know that, but it's still weird. Go
Well,
ahead.
it's always learning. So in
Yeah.
my house, same thing. My lady decided to go down the route of food knowledge, and so she's way too involved in what ingredients are to the point
So
that
she don't eat hot dogs.
No, she's involved enough.
Well-
I mean, if you just found that out from your lady, then she's doing her job.
She
Right.
don't. I'm not gonna make that bad joke.
Oh, yeah.
It's to where my 5-year-old though tells me when I grab my soda that causes heart disease, Dad.
Right.
We were
they're
at a
aware.
kid's party. I told you. They
Yeah.
were like, "Who wants soda?" And she's like, "That causes heart disease." That's my kid. That's because of my lady to where.
Your poor kid.
Yeah, I'm gonna see the exact.
I was 6 years old, man. My mom, she'd let me go to the restaurant. She'd be like, "What do you want to drink?" And she taught me about the kamikaze or the gravedigger. Depends on what part of the map you're from of what you call it, but it's every soda from the fountain. Like
Every
all
single
of them,
one.
and you combine it. And that's what my mom let me drink when I was like 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, good time.
Well, try to read that word.
no.
No.
AZODICARB. That's carbon. I know carbon.
Okay.
Carbonide.
It's in the
yeah.
word. The word's in there somewhere.
Nope, I'm out.
No. Okay. All right.
I know carbon.
Subway restaurants announced they were eliminating isodicarbonamide, a
See?
chemical used in yoga mats from breads.
Thanks.
Yeah. The ingredient, blah, blah, blah.
I wanna know how that-
dicarbonamide is approved by the FDA.
I want to know how that
Yay.
conversation went down. You know, like everybody was like, all right, we got a meeting. It's 6 o'clock. I know it's late. You want to go home to your families, but
Come on.
we need to discuss these ingredients. Did we need to involve the yoga mat?
I know it's December 25th, people. We can celebrate Christmas tomorrow, okay? The 26th is another day, and it's going to be fine.
Everybody's
I
pointing
wonder
the
what
finger.
it did. You know,
know.
did it make it
Did it make it
fluffier or did
Rise?
So I'm hearing, so it's a bleaching agent and a dough conditioner. So this is still out there. It's approved by the FDA. So Subway got the most flack for it, but legitimately,
It's out
it?
there
It's
already.
doing. It's actually.
oh yeah, it's in a bunch of other products.
And this goes along the lines of our LD50 conversation.
Correct.
A lethal dose that'll kill 50% of the population
Right.
that it's exposed to. And if it does not
Of the test
exceed,
population,
if it
correct.
doesn't exceed the 50%, well, then it's passable, I guess.
Right, to where they
So
set up
that
a little
49th
test.
person or product.
It's definitely where there's an acceptable amount like bugs. There's an acceptable amount of bacteria in almost
In everything, yeah.
Everything.
Absolutely.
Because
That's why you need Lab Builder Supply gloves.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Lab Builder Supplies.
Nice
719 722 4181. Call today. Sorry. That was really weird.
No, we'll sell your gloves in a little
That
while.
was a little too crazy. Anyway,
Beautiful. It was beautiful.
yeah, to where it was the yoga mat and the Subway bread was a big like. Everybody went, oh my gosh! And pink slime was the taco meat, if you will, for Taco Bell. To where as soon as people were like, "What is pink slime?"
Right.
And to where they didn't even know. Oh, the scary part is as soon as I start typing in pink slime, chicken nuggets comes up. That's kind of
Yay.
scary. But
I
I
love
know
chicken nuggets.
it was very much a Taco Bell thing. So.
Don't ruin that for me.
I won't.
Oh.
You can't ruin any food for me.
Oh, it was all of it.
It
so,
won't happen. I will eat it all.
See, I was out there raising my gloves like, I'm doing it right. I don't eat at that one. I was wrong. No more pink slime at Taco Bell, comma, McDonald's, comma, and Burger King.
All three of the chains were using pink slime, huh?
Why couldn't they name it something different?
The decision by
At least
the
halfway
industry.
appealing.
They were Ghostbusters fans. Remember the
Oh.
movie Ghostbusters? The pink slime and it made
right.
everybody angry.
Ecto.
It was
and all-
it was
yeah.
green slime, wasn't it?
Huh.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Slime is slime.
Ecto Cooler with the Kool-Aid, the green drink.
Yum.
Sorry. Yeah, but pink slime is a filler for the meat. So I'll be scarfing down, and it was a big like ordeal where everyone now is
What
into
happened
this
to the all
whole-
beef patty? Like that was in the song. Right?
Somewhere along the way, we had to freeze it and refrigerate it to get it to your store across the country in the middle somewhere.
No, that had
They
nothing to
didn't
do
mean
with the all
they
beef.
didn't mean all beef. They meant beef patty.
Oh.
So yeah, I figured somewhere
Samsonite.
along the way it deteriorates in the freezing, and then they get that filler, and they're like, there's like hole dots in the patties probably by the time it gets there. And you just
I
go,
don't know.
All right.
It's like a filler, like a concrete
Today I
filler,
learned.
if you will. All right,
Where are we?
One more.
we're going
Let's
back
do
to it. Let's do it.
Where are we?
We started going into Today I Learned on too much on weird foods. That was weird. Today I
I know. I'm
learned.
hungry now.
I know. I got
I'm
cheeseburger
not
headphones,
reading that.
man. This isn't smart.
Today I learned Alcoholics Anonymous was founded in 1935, has 2 million members worldwide, and has helped millions achieve sobriety.
Appreciate your
Wow.
efforts, y'all.
Right on.
And we always talk about that extra step,
Yeah.
the lysergic diethylamide that the founder always was preaching about, but isn't talked about too
It's
often.
not allowed to address. Apparently, there's a 13th step.
Yeah, it's not often addressed in the public view, if you will, and it seems to have to do with psychedelics.
That's wild.
Do your research, people. That's the Today I Learned. Let's go into some music right after we do some plugging, y'all.
Yeah?
Warp Zone Gaming. It's in the back of the Speakeasy Vape Lounge.
2508 East Bijou.
21 and up. Got video games. You got Sega. You got Nintendo.
It's
You
foggy.
got Super Nintendo.
GoldenEye, Smash Bros. I even got my GameCube up and running finally.
Hey, that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Echo the Dolphin.
You want to
got-
talk about Echo?
You got Knowledge. I mean, Earth Coincidence Control Office. We got new listeners every 15 minutes, I'm told. Dr. John Lilly's research.
Doctor. Nice.
Good old Dr. John Lilly's research. He's responsible for our
Float tanks.
float tanks and our story about the Dolphin House, if you will, where good old Peter the Dolphin had Margaret help him out.
Margaret lended a hand.
Yeah,
She did a helping hand.
But
Yeah.
again, back to Warp Zone Gaming. If you
Warp
want to
Zone
play
Gaming.
some, I mean, think of the game from your childhood. Chances are, I got
Galaga.
it. I got it.
I
Contra.
know. I need to play it.
The
I
ones that
mean,
matter. They're
yeah,
there.
The original Mario Bros. I've got them.
It's all the ones that matters. It's all the ones that matter.
Come through 21 and up. Bring your ID. Bring your own weed because you ain't smoking mine.
Oh, message.
Suckers.
Message. That's weird. All right, let's
Give
go
him the
into
glove. Give him the glove.
good old Lab of Supplies. They gave me something to read here. Bending over to put on your shoes is a back-breaking chore.
I know.
One wrong step, you could end up on the floor. Trying to get them off could hurt even more. No more wrinkled clothes trying to get your shoes on. This is not the Shoudini, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about Lab Builder Supplies. They will protect your fingers from those creepy disease, like microbial things that are causing smells off of your feet. So when you're putting your socks on, you'll be safe.
What do they call it? Finger hash?
Yes.
Finger hash?
There's
I don't know
finger
anything
hash you
about
can get
that.
off of them too.
Right.
See, when you're a trimmer, you use these gloves as well. Nitrile gloves. It's a thing you need. Everybody needs them. Everybody's using them at work. It's a
If you
work
like to
thing,
detail
people.
your car, they're good for that too.
Can't lie. I've washed a car with them before. That's a true story.
It's just you undercutting basically all sales. Like
Everybody.
nobody could beat your prices.
We beat
Killing
Walmart.
You beat Walmart prices.
We beat Walmart.
Definitely beat Ace.
Yeah.
You need gloves.
Hey, now shout out Ace. I got to give shout out Ace. I don't want to give too much hard. They're local franchise. These are family owners.
That's great, but their
So-
gloves are too expensive, and that's the only thing I'm
Here's the
talking
deal.
about.
You got to vote with your dollar though.
don't
This
care.
is a family that's got to. You're not feeding Walmart when you're buying those gloves. You're feeding a family.
All right, well, I want to feed church, so.
Right, I got twins, so forget
Vote with
it.
your
It was just like,
She's right.
You're not going to win this one. I'm
Yeah.
here for him.
I got.
with your
I
dollar.
appreciate that. So Lab Builder Supplies, hit us up 719-722-4181.
What is that again?
719-722-4181.
4181!
Are you even
And-
supposed to do that? Like, is
No.
that legal?
I think everyone
Wow.
just had their speakers blown out.
Colorado Springs, this is the
Car.
Manny and Dr. Church show featuring.
The darkness.
We're going to get into some music and we'll be back.
We certainly
I won't.
will.
It's
Peace.
blazing. Keep it locked.
Sawdust and mix it with toothpaste. Slowing balding.
Did anybody tell you
Slowing balding.
you need oatmeal?
No. In it? In the mix? That's really strange.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Manny and Dr. Church show
Hey-o.
featuring the darkness.
Nah, she ain't.
She's out for the moment.
Yeah.
It's okay. We love her and support her. And that's the truth about it because she supports us.
Absolutely.
It's real. Anyway, Manny, we've been,
Yeah?
we've been learning.
We have.
We've been learning so much, all kinds of random stuff. You
Thanks,
learned
Reddit.
about we learned about the pink slime and the
Gross.
and the yoga mat, if you will.
Yoga mat
Ingredients in your
and-
bread in Subway.
well,
that
they
was
don't do
taken
that
out,
anymore.
Taken
yeah.
out.
Well, and you were saying that Burger King,
Pink slime
and
was-
they're not doing pink slime no more either.
Yeah, and McDonald's, allegedly.
Yeah. I don't know. Do your research, people.
Filler is out.
Find out what's in your food.
All right. So today I learned. You want to learn more, Manny?
Yeah. Thought that's what we were doing.
I think that's what we do. Today I learned. We're gonna go down it, Manny.
Okay. come
Linkin
on.
Park's Hybrid Theory is the best-selling album of the 21st century.
Really?
Yeah,
I buy it. I never bought it. I didn't buy it.
that makes sense.
But I mean, I buy it. I get it. Linkin Park was huge, man.
I mean, they got Hove to come on stage.
Right.
That was a big crosser of the genres, if you will, right?
Right.
I'd say that makes a lot of sense. Almost until I think about Nickelback's #1 album, and that honestly should be the #1 selling album. But
You're gonna say that
we won't go
on
down
air?
that road.
That you're like the #1 Nickelback fan?
Mics are hot.
Yeah,
sorry.
we've been doing the show here,
Just
bud.
realized.
Yeah, no. You just confessed that you love Nickelback.
Sorry. Today I learned that there's. Oh boy, here we go. John Carpenter was the first one to get the $1 million question in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. After the question was revealed, he asked to call his dad for help, just to say to him that he's gonna take the $1 million.
I remember that video.
Do you?
He does. He makes it all the way up. He's very confident, and he's almost cocky when he's ready there to answer the question. He's like, you know what? I want to make my phone call. And he's like, everybody was like, whoa, really? He's like, he hasn't used anything, you know. He's, okay. So he calls up his dad, and everybody's like, oh, he's going to get the answer from his dad.
All right.
Cool. Nope. He's like, hey, Dad, I'm just letting you know I'm going to win this $1 million. And then he's like, oh, okay. Hangs up the phone, and he's like, this is the answer. Give
Mic
me
drop.
give me
Give
my
my
money.
money.
Yeah, give me my
Yeah.
money. I'm out.
Wow, that must have been beautiful. That's
Hey.
beautiful. I didn't see that.
When you know your knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he
Confidence is crazy when you know what you're doing.
Be listening to the Manny and Dr. Church show, you might have learned something.
Maybe.
That's probably where he started.
I don't think any
Yeah,
of
you
our
never
stuff
know.
is going to end up on Jeopardy.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. Maybe. You never know. You never know. Edward Bernays and Bacon and Eggs. That's one to
True.
look up, and that's a fun fact.
All right. All right.
Today I learned BP paid no federal income tax to the U.S. government in 2010 by claiming Gulf cleanup efforts as business expenses. Yay, tax law.
Hold up. So the damage that was created, and then the fact that they had to clean it up, they were able to ride that off.
Right.
So they messed up. The damage was there, And then they got paid to clean it up?
Right.
Wait.
All while making a profit of like lots of money. I don't even need to question it. I'm pretty positive of that. Like,
So hold up. So I can go in my game room, trash it all up, and then just be like, I'm gonna write off the expenses to replace
fix all
it.
this.
Huh.
I guess.
I don't get that math, man. That's some serious
works.
big business stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, a little deep, that weird tax law. Maybe it's being changed now. I'm hearing a lot of stuff is different. Because I told you, once upon a time, I knew some of these wealthy characters, not rich ones, some of them up in them top dogs there.
Right.
And they end up where every meal they go out, they'll just mention their company name once and then be like, save that receipt. We talked business. What? Like,
That's real.
it'd be as if you and I went out to eat and then you were like, man, wouldn't it be cool if we set up a Nintendo here? Yeah, it'd be cool.
And now
Warp
we were
Zone could
talking
do
about.
that.
Now we were talking about.
How's your spare ribs? Write it off.
Write
Warp
it
Zone
off business.
Gaming. There
Wow.
you go. We
and
had
that's real.
a business meeting. Yeah. I used to have business meetings with my daughter at Chuck E. Cheese, allegedly. But that's another topic. Yeah. Be like, how you think about the calibration world? What's that mean?
That's the only way you
Nothing.
can.
Keep playing.
It's the only way you can afford that pizza. Be able to write it off.
It is crazy. They get a little pricey with that pizza. Today I learned. Why'd I do that?
Because you do things like that.
That's weird. Anyway, today I learned the number of females killed for gender-related reasons is about the same as the estimated 191 million human beings who lost their lives directly or indirectly as a result of all the conflicts and wars of the 20th century.
And break that down Barney style, please.
Basically meaning we've smacked up enough young ladies who bumped their head on the concrete and not come back to where it's equaled the amount of people we've lost at war.
Really?
Yeah.
Like globally here or something?
Yeah, like forever, though, I think is the idea there. To where it's the idea of like back in caveman days, back in, when you were
Okay.
allowed to rule of thumb, you could beat your wife. What is it?
No, the switch couldn't be no wider than the width of your thumb or something
right,
like that.
Right, So
Yeah,
that
that's-
was back in those days. So I'm sure a couple ladies got it bopped on the head and didn't make it.
Well,
They turned in them tables.
I
That's
don't
for sure.
think I don't
Paybacks
think
can be
we've
painful.
handled. I don't think
Ouch.
as humans we've handled mental health or just in general very well.
I agree.
I think we try to ignore it, mask it, or cover it up.
Or do weird stuff such as bloodletting, electrocuting,
But then again,
lobotomies.
we got to learn.
Yeah.
We are the guinea pigs in that sense, and I think the majority would rather just be doped up. I guess you can see that in the results, with all the opioids and the pill taking and the, so proof's in the pudding. Sorry.
I mean, all of it being connected in regards to, we've pointed out the idea. I mean, chemicals are released in all different fashions, such as.
Right,
I just
absolutely.
talked about recently with somebody pointing out the idea that there are people addicted to Halloween and being scared. To where when you watch scary movies, chemicals are released in your body, and you get addicted to those feelings, such as where I've said, and it's uncontrollable. And so it's like if somebody ran in this room with an AK-47, our heart rates would go up, and
You would react a certain way, and I would
I'd
react
go,
a certain way.
and Manny'd be like, boom. It'd be a whole nother thing. Anyway, but yeah, the idea being is that chemicals released end up where your reward centers get all redesigned.
Absolutely.
And, you start getting into interesting scenes, if you will, is the best way to describe that. From the horror scene to the church scene to the marijuana scene. It's all.
Well, you told me about a study where they mapped brain waves, brain signals, or something along those lines of somebody in church and then somebody on psychedelics. Was it
correct? To where actually
DMT or something along
this
those lines?
time I took a screenshot specifically of this because I was like, he's going to ask me about this someday.
Yeah.
And then they're going to update my phone so that you don't have those screenshots in the same place.
Well, don't
but anyway,
worry about that.
Yes.
The idea is what you were talking about is that these people from church and these people on DMT, when you map their brain with science and actual pictures,
that
like an
religious
MRE,
thoughts trigger
MRE.
reward systems.
Listen to me.
Right.
You can eat that.
You're back.
Yeah.
You're back.
An
to the
MRI, they've mapped it.
to where you basically you reset your reward systems, just like with love and with drugs and chemicals and so on, to where you can become addicted to those feelings that you feel when you go to church and you go to worship and so on. And it's all the same. Is the weird part that I love to discuss, and that awkward part where I love to point out DMT. It's made within. I mean, you can extract it and cheat and smoke it and whatever, and it's illegal and so on, but it's inside all of us, and it's made within all of us, allegedly from our pineal gland, at which point you
So will it just take time for people to study, I'm assuming?
Yeah, pretty much.
Are we almost there? We've got some kind of, psilocybin festival?
We do the Telluride mushroom festivals coming up in August.
Yeah.
Paul Stamets is going to be there, to where it's going to be pretty intense
Shameless
little
plug, but I mean, I'm only saying it because
festival.
I want to know more. I want to learn more, and I'm not saying that everybody needs to be chewing on stuff and going seeing in movies and walking in public. No, I want people to learn. We've been held back from knowledge. They held us back from cannabis, and shame on you.
Well,
you
the
know what I mean?
propaganda, that's,
right,
you
and
know?
that's guilty by time. Generations, guilty by your grandparents. They didn't know no better. So today, here we are. We do know better. We don't have that excuse anymore. Let's get out of our own way.
Right.
Let those that are willing to participate, and let's see what we can come of it.
I agree, and that's where it is an interesting fight for the younger science community that I've seen. I've watched it because I get to watch everyone go through university and college and med school and all that. I worked at all these places, and I'll see them graduate, become doctors, MDs, PhDs, and all that stuff.
I'd want to smack like every fifth kid. That I ran
like
into.
every second.
Oh, God.
No, every second. That's why I point out doctors
You're dumb.
They're practicing. Keyword is practicing.
True.
Practicing medicine, okay? So it's not their fault. They're practicing.
The D student and the A student are still called doctor.
That's right. You graduate med school. Hey, doctor.
Actually, I think they have to hold a C average, I think.
Is that the rule?
Maybe, I think, allegedly.
Yeah, but that's where they do those weird things in those colleges where they say, all right, we're going to make a bell curve, and the highest grade in the class will be graded from that. So recently, one of the classes decided, hey, you know what? All of us, let's not do the test. They all got zeros. Highest test score, 0. They all got A's.
Yeah, you win.
That really happened, for real. Look that up.
Really?
Yeah, to where I saw that happen. I went, oh, my God, that's genius. A bunch of kids got together. They communicated and said, hey, we can beat the system, loophole. And then they did. It was pretty beautiful. Anyway, back to learning, Manny. Today I learned Betty White is older than sliced bread.
Yes.
Betty White was born in 1922. Sliced bread was introduced in 1928.
I love you, Betty White.
Isn't that great?
It is amazing.
The Golden Girls.
She's amazing.
Shout
out Betty White.
Betty White. She's great. She's great. I love me some Betty White as well.
Hey, if you love Betty White, flash your lights. Yeah, like as if I saw that.
I thought you meant the track, like with Kanye. I was like, she was in that video, wasn't it? She was the one with that weird thong? No, that's ooh.
That would.
Ooh.
You know what?
That's weird.
She might do it. She might get involved.
Today I learned there is a Twitter account posting events that occurred in World War II in real time on the exact same time and date, except 70 years later.
Wow. So
that's beautiful.
It's a timeline.
That's kind of beautiful.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
That's
that we
pretty
can
cool.
do that. That we can actually line that up, synchronize it, if you will. People have done enough documentation and videos and all that stuff, and you can literally line it up.
Right, and they could literally sit back, and now you can know your history so you don't have to repeat it, even though we all do. Yay, war.
It's good.
What?
It's good for you.
Selling bombs.
Builds character.
I was thinking of putting a suit back on recently, Manny, and just thinking maybe I should go join the Illuminati and sell some bombs. You know what I mean? Those guys are killing it.
Nah.
Nice. They got some nice Ferraris.
I understand that, but we're out here in Colorado.
The yachts are pretty, Manny.
Yeah, but you can't float a yacht in Colorado. I mean,
that
you can
bad?
go down to Pueblo Reservoir, but I don't know if it's going to fit.
Where does Red Lobster get all their seafood? Not off the shores of Colorado?
No.
No, there's not a beach?
They might airdrop it in.
Oh.
No.
That fresh seafood, dear Lord. All right. Anyway, today I learned, Manny. I love learning.
I know you do.
Today I learned that, all right, the creator of GIF says it is pronounced GIF.
Not GIF?
Right.
So there's a creator of the GIF, of
Correct.
the GIF.
And he says it's pronounced GIF.
Really?
Yeah.
You just ruined my life.
I'm sorry. It's just
I've called them GIFs forever.
It's a GIF, bro. Sorry.
And did he really create that?
Yeah.
I mean, did he, though? Because what is a GIF? It's
is
a
it?
series of pictures.
Well, it's ones and zeros though.
Well, no, it's a series of pictures in a sequence that make a moving picture. I'm pretty sure this has been around.
But behind it is ones and zeros.
All
It's
they're doing.
code.
No,
Isn't it?
you're not feeding me that. No, because
You're
all
like,
it is,
no.
it's just a short clip of a video that they take. I can do it with my phone right now. I can snap 25, I can snap 100 pictures and then put that into an animated sequence to where it'll turn into a GIF. And all it is a movie. Just choppier with less quality, and we love them.
And we love them.
Yeah, because they're short and they're funny, and you know what I mean?
It's true. It's Vine, I guess, is what
Absolutely.
you're saying. Those 15-second
Dude,
little
just
short
update
things.
your Facebook status to describe me in a GIF and just see what happens for your afternoon. Everybody's going to get on their phone and upload their silly GIF of who you are.
They're going to start calling my phone going, your account was hacked. We know you don't go on there. Who updated you, you liar? Someone hacked your account. Something's wrong with your phone. You've been looking at those weird websites again. Today I learned about a movie. Not massive. I was like, whoa. Oh, no.
Oh, no?
Today I learned about a movie about a girl who has teeth in her Virginia. That's how.
I've heard about this movie. It's a horror movie.
That's scary.
Like a scary movie that, like, it's not right.
That's scary.
I don't even know how to describe it, and I am a dad, so I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah,
you know?
but there's teeth.
But there's teeth down
an
there,
area.
and, like, I don't even know how, like, you would want to capture that cinematically. You know, like, hey, this would make a great movie.
I've got it all figured out, yo.
Like, nah.
You want to read my script? It's here.
Dude, it's
read
here.
This, here.
I've read it. It's
Take
on
this,
it's a
here.
bar napkin.
Here, it's awesome, dude.
Check it out.
Dude.
I drew a picture.
Last night.
Look at those teeth. But they're down there.
On the bottom.
Yeah, I know, right? No.
I got funding, guy. Let's do
No.
it. We're gonna make it.
But they do it.
Yeah.
Somehow they pull it off.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It is.
I'm just saying.
Colorado Springs, this is the Manny and Dr. Church show. It's Sunday,
It is Sunday. We're learning.
and some people are off to the flea market. I'm going to shout out my boy Pat.
Oh, boy.
Got to do it.
He's out there.
He's
doing
out there
his
hunting them
thing.
video games, so I don't have to because I shop locally. So I go find him at Video Game Exchange, Comics and More, and that's where my video games are at.
Shout out to KO and the Sarge.
True story.
And Damian Damani and Dirty Games, to where these hours are possibly filled with more groups and peoples and different times and so on. And I know some may or may not be here. Some of you are wishing there's music being played by the Sarge right now, and that's the truth about it. I'll just say it. They want it.
Oh, yeah?
They want it. But it's okay. They're coming back. At some point, the Sarge will be back. Right, Manny? I think. This is the part where you're on live radio and you start searching and grabbing.
Yeah. And I tell you to play some music.
They say, just put
Colorado
on the music,
Springs,
yo. You're messing
This
up.
is the Manny and Dr. Church show.
That's real.
We'll be back. It's blazing.
Love it.
You got to love talk radio.
I love it.
Uncensored.
Woo.
This is Justin Bua, and you're listening to the Manny and Dr. Church show.
$5 in your pocket. That's,
It wasn't that bad. I mean, I smiled.
All right, we gotta get back on.
Picture. Huh?
Welcome back to the Manny and Dr. Church show.
Hey-o.
This show is brought to you by Warp Zone Gaming.
Do you like video games?
Do.
I still have your video game.
You do. You've
Like
got a quarter of my
your collection?
of my collection over there. That's
Street Fighter 2010
Right.
on the NES.
That's a secret. A lot of people don't know that.
Yep.
No, but the origin story of Ken.
You would put it in line with he had won the championship, and given that time had gone on, he had retired and become a scientist. And then the Earth was attacked. And then you go through a series of boss fights.
Right.
Not side like battle. You're not just battling, fighting, like a regular old Street Fighter game.
Right.
It's more like a side-scrolling platformer that you jump around, and you've got certain areas that you can go to, but it wasn't that big. The map wasn't big. You were just in one area, and you had to fight a boss.
In the
you-
future.
In the future.
The
Yeah.
year 2010.
2010. Yeah. that
Deep
was-
in the future.
an amazing game.
That's interesting. It's interesting you brought that up, as randomly I came across The Running Man, based in 2017. Do you know that?
Did
I just
they
randomly played last night? I saw it. It said starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I was let me press play. It's like in the year 2017. So
They might have done a tribute. Maybe I missed that.
Street Fighter 2010 from the future. It's in your game room at Warp Zone Gaming is what we're trying to say here.
Right. And then
it's
you
there
started talking
available
about
for
running,
play.
and I was like, well, running, man. I'm like, well, I got the running pad. You know, you remember the power
NES pad?
Yeah, the power pad.
I didn't have it, but the
You know?
neighbor did.
So
Wanted
basically, if you want to smoke a joint and run in the Olympics, I got you.
You can feel it.
Seriously, though, I got Duck Hunt. You know, I got your Duck Hunt.
You got Duck Hunt, and you have a hack
And
on
I'll
the Duck
tell you
Hunt,
what,
Manny.
no,
Give
it's
him
not
a
a
hack.
hack. It's not even a hack.
Some people don't
I'm
know
really
it.
surprised to the amount of people that don't know that when you play Duck Hunt,
Right.
and it's just the single duck, one player shoots the gun,
Right.
and the other player, if you have somebody in the room, can control the duck with the controller.
No one knows
And it's
that.
like, it's amazing how many people I run across in the game room that I'm like, here's a little, play with your friend. And they're like, wait, seriously, you could do
What?
that? Yeah.
I can be a duck?
Right.
You can be a duck. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be a duck, come on back to Speakeasy Vape Lounge, Warp Zone Gaming. They've got nothing but old school retro video games for your pleasure, all shopped locally.
Yes, sir.
So it's all the video games you want to play. It's every single one you want to play or need to play, not the ones you don't want to play.
And here's the deal. Then if you become a regular, and if I ain't got it, I'll go find it.
And if you ain't got it, you probably don't actually want to play it. You think
True
you want to
story.
play it, you just don't actually know. Yeah, you just haven't been taught. Like, we'll let you know in person. We'll look in your eye and go, no, you don't want to play it. You know what I'm saying? You get
Mind
me?
control 'em?
You get me? The game's not fun.
It's not.
You got it, yo?
You
No.
won't play it.
No. Anyway.
That's horrible.
No, that's
I
not
want
real.
people to play video
No,
games.
It's a fun establishment. Don't have to worry about the doors being kicked in. It's legal. They got a license on the floor, on the door
On the
there.
floor?
Wherever. Sometimes I get lost when you're in there. It gets all
But
cloudy.
you don't
like,
know where the ceiling is. You don't know where the floor is.
Door. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, come on by. Stop by. You'll meet Nintendo Jesus, a.k.a. Manny.
Play some Conker's Bad Fur Day.
That's what I'm saying. This show is also brought to you by Lab Builder Supplies. They've got legitimate nitrile gloves for you to wear. Anybody out there in the trimming community / the mechanic community / the healthcare community / basically anybody needs gloves for anything. I mean, if you've opened a door or two, which people have before open doors, and been like, oh, what was that?
I just touched something.
What was on? Oh.
Well, I'm not trying to condone the germaphobe, okay? But
Betsy,
if you
you
got a
see-
tattoo shop and you need to cover your hands and protect them, you know what I mean?
You have a bunch of 1% of nut jobs just walking around with little blue gloves, just like, I can't
touch you. I
I'm
can't touch
sorry.
you.
I
No.
don't have my gloves.
I
I'm
can't touch
sorry.
you.
I can't.
Lab Builder, save me!
Lab Builder Supplies. Hit them up at 719-722-4181. They're running their special through tomorrow morning.
How much a box?
$4.20 for a box of nitrile gloves.
You're kidding me.
It's impossible. Hit them up on Instagram at Lab Builder Supply. They've got all the blue ones on sale for $4.20, and they've got all the black ones on sale for $7.20. On sale being they added 10 cents to the price because it was a cool number. They're actually $7. So good old Lab Builder Supplies, supplying affordable gloves to
Absolutely affordable.
everybody out there, you germaphobes and everybody else. Let's get into some music, Manny. It's just that time.
Colorado Springs, this is the Manny and Dr. Church Show. Keep it locked on Blazing 98.5, Dirty Game Studios.
You want to know who the best is? It's Blazing 98.5. What? Your new station, bringing all the real classic hip-hop and R&B.
Yeah. And that's a known fact.
We gon' rock it till the wheels fall off. Hold up.
We're live from the studios in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Like every day.
It's now time to get this party started.
Hey, listen, man. Check it out, y'all. It's Sirius Jones. You know I'm live, all the way live and all the way high with the Manny and Dr. Church Show.
Anybody that you look up to that once upon a time?
Definitely. The one I looked up to the most at first, especially, was Stretch. Saying Naughty by Nature.
Naughty by-
Stretch was, one of the first dudes that was going platinum, from Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Right, you believed him.
You know what I mean? When that first happened, you know what I'm saying? And after that, I would say like Queen Latifah, Lords of the Underground, yeah, the Chief Rocker and all that.
Right.
Even people from where I'm from in Inglewood, Redhead Kingpin, Big Bub. You know, we had people that was in the game that was from around the way that was like, you know, wow, like we can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some of my definite heaviest Jersey influence, I would say, is Redman, Lauryn Hill, and Naughty by Nation.
For sure. That's what's up.
SeriousJones.net. www.seriousjones.net. That's SERIUS, no O in serious. And also make sure you subscribe to the YouTube.com/Serious Jones. Manny and Dr. Church Show. I'm serious.
Here we go.
What you wanna know about? Do you call up in this? That was fresh. 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 Yeah, you know me. Yeah, you know me. Yeah, you know me. OPP means something gifted. The first letter the same, but the last is something different. It's the longest, loveliest, lean. I call it the leanest. It's another letter word rhyming with cleanest and meanest. I won't get into that. I do it sort of properly. I say the last T, stands for property. Now, lady, here comes a kiss. Blow a kiss back to me. Now tell me exactly. Have you ever known a brother who had another like a girl or wife?
Welcome back to the end of the Manny and Dr. Church Show. Woo! We're just ending our show real quickly here to where we should have ended a little bit earlier to where we're going to be
I got
playing-
stuff to do, bud.
We got stuff to do. He's got stuff to do. Manny's got stuff to do. That's real. And we've got the Sarge's music coming up. We're going to play a bunch of new tracks coming out from a bunch of artists out here.
Sarge, the Mountain High 10?
That's right. That's
Right
right.
on, right on.
Nothing but the best.
He's out there hunting out them local artists, Colorado, but not even just Colorado. I think he actually reaches other states as well.
He was our first guest.
Yeah.
My
I
man
remember.
participates. That's
I
the best
remember.
way to say it. That's our brother from another mother.
And he introduced us to Broken 812.
That's right. He's He finds his talent. He
like
knows
I
what's
said,
up.
he's got an ear for it. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. So we're going to play a bunch of tracks. I never heard none of these, so we're going to see what's good. To where he's got a bunch of tracks here we're going to put on for y'all.
Yeah.
This show is brought to you by Warp Zone Gaming, the Manny and Dr. Church Show. It's brought to you by Warp Zone Gaming at 2508 East Bijou in the back of the Speakeasy Vape Lounge, where you can play retro video games.
Old school classics.
All the best. You can also wear Lab Builder Supplies nitrile gloves. They are on display there for use if you need to use them.
Yeah,
while
I got
playing
some of
video
them
games.
gloves.
You know what I mean? If you're afraid of passing that blunt with your fingers, use a glove. That's okay. So Lab Builder Supplies, they're supplying nitrile gloves to all the local trimmers, all the local establishments, all the science communities, everybody. You put on the gloves, and tattoo artists. Right now there's a sale until tomorrow. $4.20 a box for nitrile gloves.
What's
the
the
blue
number?
ones. 719-722-4181.
Can you give me the alphabet backwards, please?
ZYX, WVUT, SRQ, PON, MLK, JIHG, FED, CBA.
And what is the ridiculous savings? What's that number for that?
719-722-4181. Call Lab Builder Supplies. They've got you on a bunch of hookups with gloves. And we're going to put on a track coming up next.
And then get into the Sarge's mix.
And that's it. And then the Sarge's mix coming up next. We out of here. Mos Def, Traveling Man, I'm leaving.
It's Blaze, and keep it locked.